Hi, we're back again, and we're aboard a boat called the Night Wind. I guess we're about 6 miles off the coast
of Point Reyes.
Point
Off
Reyes.
the point.
And we are looking for whales. We have been looking for whales. Now it's in real time about 11 o'clock in the morning, and we've been on this boat since about 7 o'clock this morning looking for whales. We've seen a couple of spots.
Well, right.
We've
We
seen
spotted
three.
some.
Yes.
We didn't get close enough, though.
And we have with us Mike Jerrick from the Oceanic Society as our guide. It's
Mike,
part of the White
why
Whale
don't you
Patrol.
explain a bit about what the Oceanic Society is and why you do these whale watch sort of patrols?
Okay, the Oceanic Society is a national or international organization devoted to protection of the marine environment. It started here in the Bay Area. We now have about 50,000 members around the world, mostly in the United States. The charter chapter is here in the Bay Area, and we're involved in a variety of things like whale watching relating to protection of the marine environment. The whale watching activity is probably one of our biggest public kinds of events.
How many people do you take out, Mike?
Well, during the month of January, we'll be taking somewhere in the neighborhood of 1,000 people out to look at whales from boats in the vicinity, well, right where we are right now.
Have you spotted any personally when you come out on these things?
Oh, yes, yes.
Lots?
Each year during January when we do this, see anywhere from 6, 7, 8, 15, 20 a day during the peak of the migration, which will be in a few weeks from now, but it'll be probably a week before this is actually aired.
What's the point of whale watching? Why do you do it?
We try to document the numbers of animals, their paths, any interesting kind of behavior which we may encounter while we're watching them. The second and perhaps more important reason that we do it is to raise people's consciousness concerning these great beasts. The gray whale, which is now our California state marine mammal, was very near extinction some 30 years ago until it was protected. It's the only whale species that has responded to being protected by coming back from numbers under 1,000 to somewhere in the neighborhood of 11 or 12,000 that now migrate each year from the Bering Sea where they spend the summers and then winter where they calve and mate in the lagoons in Baja, California.
How close have you personally gotten to a whale? Tell us a whale story that you've been involved in.
Well, the closest we have ever seen them on our whale watch was year before last. We had one that dove on one side of the boat within 10 or 15 feet of the boat, and the head came up on the other side of the boat while the tail was still visible on this side of the boat.
No kidding.
Remarkable thing. The whale is a very peculiar animal from our point of view. We get to see a tiny portion of their life cycle. They come past here in December and January, and they come past again on their way north from Baja again, but we don't know very much about any of the marine mammals.
Hey, look, I think I see a spout.
Here, you're right, Scott, you're right. There it is.
Hey, right here! Right here alongside, right where I said!
Oh, my God. That's two, right? Isn't that?
I told you it was going to be right off here. 2, 3, way out. Whew. God, they're crawling.
Oh, there they are, right there.
Yeah, look
Right
there.
here. Oh, just got a full blow.
Well, obviously, we're not able to get all that close to these whales here, but we have an extraordinary thing to show you next. Jazz flautist Paul Horn down at Marine World, where he was able to get very close to one killer whale, a killer whale which is also known as an orca. I think you're going to enjoy this.